please. Alright, let's see. Hopefully we're back. I'm calling up Robyn right now. Let's see how it goes. Sorry about that, you know. I mean, that's what I always say. Thank you, Charlie, from APS Radio News, for your support, keeping the show going, all this bullshit. And thank you, patrons, patreon.com/TaraDevlin. We're trying it again. Ding dong dong. Ding bong boom.
Just to get the audio right.
Ding bong boom. Okay.
Tara, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm back.
Yay!
It took a minute and a half, but jeez Louise. I think
You'll have that.
Yeah, whatever. I'm sorry. It's just I don't even know what to do.
No, I was just talking about the fact that Haitian immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, are many of them are running for their very lives. Now that their own senator started a jihad against them.
Right. That's all they got. You know, if they come for them, they're coming for you too, Bubby. This is the thing. We may not have universal health care or decency or I don't know, sick leave, retirement security, but we're going to have Schadenfreude or Schadenfreude in abundance here in America, and I really would rather.
And you know, leopards eating people's faces. One of the things that this article on the Haitian immigrants points out is that manufacturing plants and packaging plants in the Springfield area were actually revitalized by the presence of the Haitian immigrants. They have filled thousands of jobs at packaging and auto plants. Neighbors that were once blighted are now vibrant and thriving.
Well, we can't have that.
And the article says, while many food products lining the shelves of Springfield's Caribbean stores are imported, God, the food, all the food. For a foodie like me, oh my heavens. Many items, bread from Florida and pinto beans from Nebraska, are American. Chicken, beef, and eggs served at Haitian restaurants are regularly sourced from local farms. Not the eggs.
Right.
Oh, Jesus, not the eggs.
I know. I'm so sick of these eggs that everybody supposedly can't afford. You know, they can afford what? The latest Trump Bible, but, you know, not the eggs. We have such a shithole country. I guess that's what we're going to hear, what a disaster the country was for the past 4 years, even though we were recovering.
Well, just remember the goal. Just remember the goal of the maggots is to turn the United States into Haiti with cable.
Yes, that's it. That's why the reason we're in this boat is because of propaganda. Make no mistake, like every authoritarian takeover that has in world history, it begins with owning the message. And if you want to see what they're going to do here, just like they did in Hungary, you know, like in Hungary, which calls itself an illiberal democracy, they can't. There are only certain subjects you can study in school. You know, there's no more, and in university too. So fuck that freedom shit. If you want to study gender studies, that is not available for you. You know, because women and men and gender and all this, it's a done deal, booby. There's only two genders, and nothing to see here. You know, case closed. And of course, gays and trans people are vilified, and the whole thing that we are going to see here. This is why they had their CPAC in Hungary and invited to Orban here.
Victor. He was my boyfriend, Victor.
This is how the Republicans have been, they vilify education in general, but they also pretend to love freedom. Is my mic off? Somebody keeps saying.
No, you're fine. I got you.
Okay. And so I try to, you know, reason with them that gender stuff, like, here's the thing. Being able to go and and go and study genders, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
study whatever the fuck you want. Study that is the hallmark. That is a high point of the fact that we have a functioning civilization. You know, we have satisfied Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and now
Right.
we can contemplate what it means to be a human being. You know, we're not out in the fields all day, exhausted, and as far as, you know, awaiting our rewards in heaven. We have the time to do things like this, to experience what it is to be a human being, and to think about all of this. That's how we advance. That's how we, you know, evolve. But they don't see it like that. They don't like modern society. They, like, in every stage in human history, they've been the ones who, for example, you know, threatened to kill Galileo unless he said that the Earth was the center of the universe, and recanted his scientific findings and whatnot. That's who they are. They are really the enemies of the people. They are. You know, they're the enemies of freedom. You know, what is freedom? You know, you're free to be exactly what they want you to be. You're free to pray to their fake version of Jesus and worship traitor Trump, like this Ryan Walters said. The name of whatever he's supposedly coming up with is called the Office of Religious Freedom and Patriotism. Freedom, by the way, and patriotism. Which, if that doesn't chill your spine, you know, like to think about the 20th century, the fascism, you know, what is patriotism to these people? Is it trying to make this country a more perfect?
No, it is bowing. It is bowing to kiss the hairy orange toe of the dim leader, the dear leader.
Right. They think that patriotism is conformity. It is absolute being an absolute supplicant of the state. That's not patriotism in any way, shape, or form. You know, patriotism is minding your own fucking business. They're saying I have no audio. I see what's going on. The audio is very low. Oh, fucking Christ on a bike. It's
good Irish Catholic girl.
I'm just like, it's one thing after another tonight. But thank you, people. It just sucks. This ain't going on the audio. What is going on here now?
I don't know. You're going out over the stream. You're just fine.
Yeah, it might be. Picked up by you, but not Ecamm for some reason. How's that now? Let me see.
Gremlins.
Hello.
Yep.
Oh, now we got it back. Okay, it's back.
Okay, good.
Motherfuckers. Thank you, guys. See, that's that's the producers in the chat room. What the fuck would I do without you guys? Nothing. Nothing. I'm sorry, I'm cursing a lot tonight.
No. I say here, you know, we've got an all-volunteer staff.
It's true.
I got a fun one for you.
Yes.
Hillbilly Ella G, the egg, again with the eggs. Lee in New York said a moment ago, the eggs. After you buy the NFTs, the sneakers, the watches, and give it to his lawyers, who would have money left for eggs?
Right.
True. Well, the thing is, the infighting and the sniping has already begun. So
that's gonna be fun.
Oh, it's all no. This is great.
Yeah, I love
it. Shady Vance is trying to be Butch.
Oh, please.
Because a woman named Grace Chong, who is the CFO over at Steve the man who looks like rancid hot dog water smells, you know, Stevie 3 shirts. She's his CFO, Grace Chong, and she called him to task, saying that he should have showed up for a Senate vote on a judge that was nominated by President Biden. The guy he's brown, and he's got an interesting name, and he's going to sit on the U.S. District Court in Oregon. And he was confirmed like 51 to 45 or something like that. There were 4 absences. One of them was the real Dim Shady. And when she called him out, he responded by saying, and oh God, this is so bitchy. Grace Chong is a mouth-breathing imbecile who attacks those of us in the fight rather than make herself useful. If I'd shown up to the vote in question, the nominee would have succeeded 49 to 46 rather than 49 to 45.
That's what he said to her about
If every Republican had showed up, Fetterman would have come in, and the Democrats still would have gotten their nominee across. When this 11th Circuit vote happened, oh, I'm sorry, this wasn't the guy in Oregon. When this 11th Circuit vote happened, I was meeting with President Trump to interview multiple positions for our government, including for FBI director. Because, see, Christopher Wray's head is on the chopping block now.
Yes, of course. Well, they need to dismantle the FBI.
Orange Julius Geezer appointed Christopher Wray, but now he's unhappy with him because Christopher Wray didn't do enough to satisfy the dear leader.
Yeah.
And you always have to satisfy the dear leader in fascism.
Right.
And so now here's the punchline. Here's the other shoe dropping. Under consideration to be the director of the FBI. I don't know how I'm going to get through these 4 years.
I know.
I mean, I try to do a creditable job of not keeping a bottle of Mexican gasoline and a swirly straw in this studio. But Jesus Christ, no, really. One of the leading contenders for director of the FBI, and if you're Christopher Wray, how do you... I always think back to that wonderful sketch on Saturday Night Live with John Goodman playing former Secretary of State in the first Trump administration, Rex Tillerson, and saying, one day you're running the biggest, most wealthy corporation in the world, and the next day you're getting fired by a man who sells meat through the mail. Well, Christopher Wray may know a little bit about how that feels because his head's on the chopping block to be replaced by, wait for it, everybody drink Kash Patel.
Oh, yeah. Wow. It's disgusting.
He didn't mean to let it out, but yeah.
They're all clowns.
Hillbilly Ella G basically said that Christopher Wray is on the chopping block. And Kash Patel is nothing but a lick spittle.
Yeah, well,
he's one of those deep state dude bros.
Yeah. He's not qualified in any way.
He's kissed the hairy orange. He said, look, the orange skid mark is 78, 79 years old. I don't know how much hair he's got left on his toes, but I'm sure it's orange. No, I'm not even sure of that. It's disgusting.
Yeah, he's gross.
Patel, during the classified documents investigation, refused to testify before a grand jury in Washington and asserted his Fifth Amendment right. He was ultimately forced to testify because U.S. District Judge Beryl Howell let the Justice Department confer limited immunity on him. Not that it came to anything. So this dirty fascist may wind up in charge of the most powerful law enforcement operation in the United States.
Well, I'm trying to prepare myself every day for the outrages du jour, and I'm just like, well, if you can't, you have no expectations. So I really do expect them to fucking destroy everything, and I'm trying to, that's how I'm going to get through it, by not being outraged. I mean, I will be outraged, but I get it. this is what they're doing. What really infuriates me more will be the Democrats, but also the assholes who voted
You mean
for this.
when they roll over to get their tummies rubbed?
Yes, and the idiots who voted for this.
When they don't even have enough starch to, openly mock some of these entirely unqualified nominees. I know it became unfashionable during the first campaign Barack Obama ran. It became unfashionable to admit that you ever read Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radicals. I did. But he said, Saul Alinsky says that mockery is one of the strongest tools in the toolbox for people who are disenfranchised and not able to exercise power. On the one hand, you make them follow their own rules, and then you mock them.
Yes.
And we don't have a senator on our side who has the talent, if that's the word, who has the talent to do the reductio ad absurdum and show these maggot jerks, these punks, dares, these cancerous for the incompetent boobs that they are. And so meanwhile, somebody stuck a camera and a microphone in the face of Miss Lindsay, who was walking in the halls of the Senate the other day and asked about Matt Gaetz.
These serious allegations involving sexual misconduct with Matt Gaetz, including sex with someone who's underage. Is he qualified to be Attorney General?
Nobody should be disqualified because of a media report.
Oh, it's
he just said, listen, he wants.
And then this is Josh hauling ass. It's Manu Raju asking the questions.
He just said, listen, he wants a shot to be able to lay out his vision for the department and also to respond to these various allegations. And, I said, hey, the confirmation hearing is the place and chance to do that.
That last comment coming from Senator Josh Hawley, who spoke to Matt Gaetz last week. Gaetz himself also called Lindsey Graham to try to talk to him as well, an effort to try to consolidate Republican support, which is soft.
Oh, come on. He didn't have to talk to Lindsey Graham. All Lindsey Graham had to do was just the look in the general direction of wherever Daddy is.
Right.
And remember that Daddy has that dossier on him that shows all the sweet, pretty little twink rent boys that he's bought along the way.
Right.
Jesus Christ. But then, it gets worse because Lindsay is now saying that I'll worry about it tomorrow. Speaking to the issue of Matt Gaetz and being the sexual predator, sexual trafficker that he is.
Well, it's just a media report. Yeah, it's just a media.
My record is clear. I tend to defer to presidential cabinet choices unless the evidence suggests disqualification.
Oh, fuck you.
I fear the process surrounding the Gaetz nomination is turning into an angry mob, and unverified allegations of being treated as if they're true. I have seen this movie before, Lady G said.
Yes.
I would urge all of my Senate colleagues, particularly Republicans, not to join the lynch mob. Yeah, how dare he say
it's
lynch
the
mob?
high class lynching again. Yeah, high tech, not high class, high tech.
What a diss on the brutal, bloody, filthy history.
Well, it's
of
always
men
that's what
and
they do.
Women who were actually lynched.
Yes.
The ghost of Emmett Till would like a word with Lady G.
Unlike, this is what they do, though. They harp on, they climb on the backs of actual,
I would urge all of my Senate colleagues, particularly Republicans, not to join the lynch mob and give the process a chance to move forward. After years of being investigated by the Department of Justice, no charges were brought against Matt Gaetz. This is something we should all remember. I would also urge my colleagues to go back to a time-tested process receive relevant information, and give the nominee a chance to make their case. Oh my God, he called the nominee
please.
there. He just non-binaried Matt Gaetz. Their case as to why they should be confirmed. This standard, which I have long adhered to, has served the Senate and the country well. Jesus Christ.
Well, this is the game that they played.
Can somebody please, not really, can somebody please just one of the Rent boys, will you please just come out?
Yep, that'll be
America deserves
public service.
Yeah, outing someone against their will is dirty and ugly.
Nah, fuck it. Not a Republican, not somebody like him.
But there's a rule, though, that when it's someone who is actively working to harm the LGBTQ community,
that's right.
Game the fuck on.
Yeah, that's what happened back in the day when there was all these the controversy of outing. They outed Jodie Foster, and there was this big controversy with with her. Well, we shouldn't have done this. Well, she shouldn't have. There was people were upset because she did in Silence of the Lambs. The murderer was a trans person, of course. So
no, now hold on there. I mean, I just want to be clear about this. If you pay any attention to what Dr. Hannibal Lecter says at all, why am I doing Scarlett O'Hara?
I don't know.
No,
it's good. It's working.
Work it. If you pay any attention to what Dr. Hannibal Lecter says at all, and remember he's an expert and he's a psychiatrist, he said that Billy was not actually trans.
Mm-hmm.
He says that Billy was something called an autogynephile, which is just a weird dude who gets off thinking about himself as a woman.
Right. But do you think that's what...
So Billy wasn't... I'm sorry, I'm back to the accent again.
Yes.
Billy wasn't really trans.
Right, but do you think that's what... I mean, these are people that, think... like you think perjury Trader Green caught that distinction?
No,
no,
Jesus, no.
Of course not.
No.
So anyway, that is, I'm not defending it. I'm just saying that's why they. And in
fact,
I
was being. I
yes.
don't know where I went.
And Jonathan Demme apparently made Philadelphia as an apology to the gay community because of. Even though I love Silence of the Lambs, so good movie.
I mean, I do. I confess.
She's great.
With your
the whole thing, I love it. There's good movie.
With your expensive bag and your cheap shoes.
Yeah, it was an awesome movie. And it wasn't about I don't really like horror movies, but it wasn't a horror movie. It was psychological
it was a psychological thriller. It was it was in the same vein as
scary too.
As Alfred Hitchcock, who of course had his own fun with killer queens.
Right.
But can you still hear the lambs, Clarice?
Yes. But that's...
Jesus, I just made myself cringe.
Have the lambs stopped screaming? Yes. Poor things.
And Kim in New York said, well, at one point we did have a senator who could take rhetorical care of these assholes, and his name was Al Franken.
Right, totally. But, he made a stupid, picture of he was on a comedy tour pretending to grab somebody's boobs, so he had to be immediately hounded out of the Senate for some stupid reason, because that's what Democrats do. We different rules. Oh well, I guess we can't do it. Guess we can't know who Matt gets raped. Okay, whatever. They voted against it.
The Senate has spoken. They have given their advice and consent.
Yes, we're Democrats. We respect the peaceful transfer of power. Even though nobody does. But we're modeling good behavior. Look at what is this with all these voices happening tonight? We're modeling good behavior. This is my Democrat voice.
Yes, I know.
Modeling good behavior for the Republicans, the good America, take back your Republican Party. America needs a
strong
Republican Party that's done so much good for America, like sending a mob to defecate and urinate in the halls of the Capitol because a con man lost.
You talk
the
about
election.
swirly straws. I hear that shit, and I stick a swirly straw in an industrial-sized Jeroboam of Pepto-Bismol, for fuck's sake.
That's the thing. I wish this is the problem with Democrats, that they don't fight. And when AOC asked, she did a survey or whatever, if you voted for Trump and voted for me, I want to know why. She asked them, and I think we were talking about it last time, where the respondents said that they thought that they felt that they were both fighting for the people, that AOC and Trump were like fighting for the people. And now, where the fuck would you get that kind of notion, moron? If I know AOC is fighting for the people, but that's why the Republicans attack her incessantly on their propaganda outlets. But you obviously differently because she's your representative, right? But anyway, and then they vote for her. They're not going to vote for her if she sucks. And but they also voted for Trump. Where are they thinking that he's a man of the people? Where are they getting that stupid notion from? They're getting it from the propaganda channels, which for some reason that escapes me every single day, just like the Democrat Party thing. The Democrats do not call it out. Why? Why don't they remind the American people at all times that Fox News had to pay the largest fine in American history for lying to its viewers, and that the pundits, that many of these right-wing influencers are literally funded by the Kremlin? Why don't they remind the American people of this? It baffles me. Unless, I don't know, maybe they don't really want to fight. Sometimes I think that, and that's what some other like real lefty people say, the Una Party or whatever.
Yeah, Jesus, please, not the Una Party.
I know. But why?
If you say if you say Una Party one more time, I have to put my foot in a bucket and sing. Oh Jesus! Sometimes we're our own worst enemies.
I don't really think that, but I do think that a lot of Democrats get into office, with good intentions. They want to help their communities, and they get in there and they see the money. The problem is money in politics. Who wants to stay on the fucking phone all day begging billionaires? But Republicans do, because they like the access. They like hanging out in the wine caves and smoking cigars and coming up with, strategies as long as they're around the table. They don't care if the American people have a seat at the table. Of course not. That's why they have no respect for the American people. So they lie right to their faces. That's the other thing. The Democrats need to constantly say to the people who respect you, do not continuously lie to you and use you as just the hosts from which to suck profit, that they sell baubles and trinkets and magic beans to, and constantly rob you of your serenity with the bullshit that, you got to be afraid of this, you got to be afraid of that. And the other thing, with the Democrats, we all know Joe Biden is not a good communicator. But he should have sent Harris out there every day, doing a ribbon cutting,
talking about everything that they'd accomplished.
That they have been. Yeah, and the fact is, Trump is going to take credit for every single factory that's opening, like one opening in Perjury Trader Green's district. And they're opening a solar panel factory and expanding it in Perjury Trader Green's district. But what the Democrats should have said about as far as the infrastructure bill, because over 80% of the money from the infrastructure bill is going to red states. Why? Because the red states do nothing for their people. They're too busy passing trans bathroom bills and hate bills.
It was before you came on air with me. But I did this. I had the story earlier because I talked about it a couple of weeks ago. Little county called Pickens County, Alabama. They were down to one ambulance. because they couldn't afford 2 ambulances. And so now in the couple of weeks since that news broke, at least 3 people have died waiting for an ambulance.
Must be Democrats' fault.
Wokeness.
Yeah, wokeness. Trans did that.
You know what? That was probably a CRT ambulance anyway.
Yeah, and government is just too bloated. Right? That's what we got to streamline it, because the rich need to get richer and the working class need to become and remain the more malleable working poor. So that's another thing the Democrats. I wish they would listen to our shows, because that's what I always say. The American people do not want people like the Democrats who don't fight, because this is the problem, because the Republicans have been able to define what the Democratic Party is, and they define them as weak and woke or whatever the fuck that is, because the Democrats don't stick up for themselves, like the Democrat Party thing and all that. But that's why they need to, meet them, right? Without apology. And whenever they start doing their bullshit, give credit where credit is due. Reason we have to have 80% of the infrastructure bill go to red states is because they're poorly run. But all you hear from the other side, from the Republicans, is how, blue states this and blue states that, right? But the Democrats never do anything like that. They're too busy. It seems like they have a more vested interest in rehabbing the Republican Party, making it a palatable option for the American people than actually telling the truth about them. So, you don't have to do any great deep dive. Why did the Democrats lose? Because of propaganda. That's like right up there. Why do the people think that even though the economy is doing well in the United States, why do they think they feel that it's not doing well? Why? Because that's what they keep hearing on their fucking propaganda outlets every single day. Because when they would interview them, they're like, well, I can afford eggs, but, I hear everything sucks, and this is the problem. It's propaganda. So I don't know. I wish the Democrats would listen to Tarabuster and head on for real. And I call them.
I know.
I call my representative. I call my senator. But this is what I sound like. So they probably just skip to the next message. I'm like, listen, what the F? And the problem is, I told you that AOC is no longer my rep. And I have to tell you, it sucks because when you called AOC, somebody answered. You got a person on the phone. And I call Schumer. I called Gillibrand. I called Nydia Valdez. That's my representative.
Yeah.
No one ever fucking picks up the phone. So, and and the other thing, which I was very impressed with AOC, if I would call and leave a message, even like a message like saying, what the hell, with the Democrat Party or whatever, they called back. Mm-hmm. Okay? I'm not kidding. Yeah. So, anyway, she had very good constituent service, and there you go. That's why people voted for her and voted for Trump, because clearly they're confused. And not hearing, they're voting against their own interest. Even if you go on Leopards Eating Faces on Reddit, let's see. I just was looking at it. And right at the top, hold on, Leopards Eating Faces.
Yeah, don't sleep on the subreddit Project 2025 award, too.
Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, God. Okay. I'm going to subscribe to that now. But someone tweeted, people are breaking down on TikTok because they just realized that Obamacare is the Affordable Care Act. The heartbreaking part, so many have pre-existing conditions. One man admitted he voted for Trump without knowing it was Obamacare that allowed his mother with stage 4 cancer to get her treatment. So this is what happens when misinformation wins out over facts. Yeah, what was I just saying? It's fucking propaganda. catapult the propaganda, as W said, right?
We gotta catapult the propaganda. He tried to kill my daddy. Fuck him. We're gonna take him out. That Constitution's just a goddamn piece of paper.
Yep, and here we are. We thought that it was bad then. I just can't believe it. That's why I always say I can't. Whenever I think that the Republicans have hit bottom, the trapdoor opens, and here we are yet again. It's only getting worse. And I feel bad for my aunt because I've been subjecting her to a lot of rageful tirades about living in this fucked up country, and she's like, you gotta calm down. You gotta calm down. You can't. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. I hope so. I really do. But it's not going to. We got a long road ahead, and there's gonna be a lot of pain. A lot of people are gonna get hurt. A lot of people are gonna be fucking get a wake up call.
That reminds me of something Sylvie wrote a little bit ago, a lot earlier in the program, when I was talking about the possibility of fleeing. And I'm not trying to be overly emotional. I'm actually thinking through this stuff because it's a horrifying possibility. Sylvie said, where'd it go? There. Yeah. Thank you, Sylvie. Roxanne, please come here to New Mexico. Come home to New Mexico. Our governor, Michelle Lujan Grisham, has sworn publicly that she will do everything in her power to resist Trump and his minions. Come home. If I could,
New Mexico. It's pretty.
Y'all, it's beautiful. And, I have a 4-year-old grandson out there that I've never met.
Oh, wow. That's
and
good.
I would,
I just have a question.
I'd love that.
For you.
Yeah, ask. Yeah.
Somebody asked, what? Your name is Roxanne? What? Can we have an? I don't know. I've been calling you Robyn, so.
Well, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, those are both my name, Robyn Roxanne.
Okay.
Kincaid.
Okay. Good.
And
so they both work. Okay.
Yeah, they both work.
So I don't feel bad about.
Yeah, it's like my pal Dan Fisher that I've known since 1983, and I were on air last night, and he said, "Do I call you Roxanne?" It's too much work.
Oh.
You've known me as Robyn for Jesus, 13. Yeah, 41 years. I'm not gonna put you through that. But,
okay. I was just wondering.
Yeah, no.
That's how I have.
Roxanne is what I'm far more comfortable with now.
Oh, okay. Well, then I should call you that. Well, it's not just me, because somebody just messaged me and said,
"Yeah,
what? I thought her name was Robyn." So yeah, and but now I have to change all my graphics.
No, you don't. That's the fun part.
Just kidding.
Yeah, that's what matters. God damn it, it's the graphics.
I gotta change all my.
Actually,
graphics.
I do need to impose upon your manifest talents and do some re-imaging for the program.
Of course, yeah. Whatever
I'd love
you need.
that.
Let's do it. I got it. I do it. This is what we do. Let's do it. We're in this together, kid.
Here. All we got in common is our misery, Joe Keenahan used to say. So the least we can do is share it.
Right. Well, I'm looking at the Project 2025 Reddit, or what's it called? The Project 2025 Awards.
Yeah.
And it does seem a little bit similar to Leopards Eating Your Face.
It is, but there's a couple of places where there aren't any overlap.
Right. And I also belong to this conservative Reddit because I monitor it. And, because I study Trumpanzees like Jane Goodall study the apes. And so so somebody writes, Dr. Oz, he's upset about this. Trump appoints Dr. Oz to oversee Medicare and Medicaid. This is a man who built his entire career on peddling pseudoscience, miracle cures, and outright quackery to millions of vulnerable Americans. He's a charlatan and a snake oil salesman, plain and simple.
Right, but remember, we will have more than one snake oil salesman in the Trump administration because pastor, brother, minister, former governor, former presidential candidate Mike Hucksterby of Arkansas,
yes,
father of Jethrine Bodine.
Yeah, the cranberry diabetes cure.
Yeah, I thought it was cinnamon.
Oh yeah,
Maybe it was both.
cinnamon. Yeah, what was something was cranberry too. Maybe I'm getting it confused. Yes, cranberry. I thought
Well,
maybe
no, cranberry is
cinnamon
just
cure. You're right, cinnamon
yeah.
cure.
Cranberry is just a nice kidney purgative.
Yeah, that's maybe where I got it confused. Right. Right.
But yeah, we're gonna have two of those.
Right. Right.
And at some point we're gonna
the con man himself, the chief baboon, is
Jesus, yeah.
He's a grade con man. That's why I always say he is probably the most successful con man that ever lived. So. As opposed to not a good businessman.
P.T. Barnum is just in hell, roasting in shame, going, yeah. Why didn't I know I could get I could have been president.
Yes, that's right. All you had to do was tickle all those racist funny bones, and that's all he did. They say he's such a genius, political genius. He ran for the presidency the first time he won, and right out of the gate. But he was not a genius.
Yeah, here we are again. He has still never won the popular vote. That was news today.
Oh, he didn't win the popular vote.
He got less than 50% of the vote of the American people.
There you go. And you're only talking about those who voted too. That's the other thing. So he does not have a mandate by any sense of the word, because it's not just it's not, when we say 50% of the American people, there are 320 million Americans. And that's not 70 million voted, but
right.
But you're talking out of the voting population, only 60% of Americans voted out of the voting population. So he's not, he's got like 30% of the American people, if that.
Oh, right. I mean, it's kind of like college football. 90% of Alabama Crimson Tide fans never attended the University of Alabama, but they're still deeply invested in it. So even in a state like this. God alone knows how many actually went here in almost level west by Cold Trump Geniustan. How many of them went to the polls? I don't know.
Yeah.
But they like that President Trump because he tells it like it is.
No, he tells it like it was. That's the difference.
He's gonna make America great again. That's what he's gonna do.
He tells it like it was back when in the times we thought we left in the trash heap of history. So, he makes America. See, it's very. They don't see. Okay, what am I trying to say? These snowflakes don't want to feel any way uncomfortable in any way, right? They're very, very fragile people. So when it triggers them when they see something different, or somebody different, or somebody thinks differently, or is different, or is something that they're not used to. They're like babies, like children. I always remember my aunt saying she, there was a family of little people that lived in the neighborhood when my aunt and my cousins were small. They were little. They were kids, right? Like toddlers. And that's something that when my cousin, who was like a 4-year-old or 5-year-old, saw the family of little people, he was very, he didn't know what the hell he was saying. You know what I mean? He'd never seen little people before. And he was like, Mom. But the my aunt said, oh my God, like she took him the other way because she didn't want to make him, because he was going to like say something that was going to be rude, and because he's a kid. So she took him and took him aside and explained to him, before they passed.
Exactly.
Yeah. And, but that's who they are though. They're like like a child who, what? Yeah, I can't, but they can't handle it. Nobody explained to them that life is very complex and diverse, and there's nothing to be afraid of. People are different. People have they're different height, they're different size, they're different this, they're like you're not. It's fine. You're that's what makes life so beautiful and interesting. There are so many different people, and they're all humans. They all have feelings. Like that's it. But they can't. They just can't deal with it. They have to be cruel and mean and make. It's like everything that they like the asshole. Called me a fucking liberal bitch. It's all about putting you in your place, making you stay small and making you stay, in their little box that they have designed for you. Whenever a woman steps out of line, you're a bitch, so get back in and you'll be a good little woman again,
Mm-hmm.
But it's all about keeping people in their hierarchies, because as they've done studies on conservatives, they have the fear center. They're very fear motivated, and
exactly
the hierarchy makes sense of the scary, complex world. So people who are, that's why there's only 2 genders. Trust the science. When they don't fucking trust the science, I mean, that's not the science anyway. But okay, and it just makes everything, I guess.
It makes me want to run out into the yard and eat dirt and run rabbits. Yeah,
it's tedious.
We are at almost a quarter past the hour, so I've got to wrap things up.
Yes.
It's always a joy. Yeah, maybe this is going to become a thing we do on Wednesdays.
I hope so.
I'd love that.
I would love it too. Me too. I don't know. What about you? If the shit worked, well, if my...
Well, I just realized that I haven't seen you.
You haven't seen me?
No, I don't have your camera.
Now, man.
No, I'm not, honey.
You're not?
No.
What are you talking about? You can't see me?
No, I've got my little thumbnail down in the corner, but no, I've just got your picture.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a video stream at Tarabuster, the YouTube channel, youtube.com/C4channel/Tarabuster. You should go. Well, whatever. Anyway, what was the point of that? You haven't seen me?
No. So you got things going out to the YouTube stream, but for some reason or another, you're not sending video to Skype.
Oh, how odd is that? That is very bizarre.
'Tis a puzzlement.
I don't know. So was that the way it was last time?
No. I saw you. You saw me. Okay. Everything was golden.
Well, maybe
I don't know. It may be a software or a hardware conflict.
Well, yeah,
where you can do one but not the other. I don't know.
I don't know, but because I had to I updated the goddamn operating system today. I probably shouldn't have, and so maybe it's something to do with that. Maybe there's a different version of Skype. That's kind of odd, because I see you, and it is going out over the YouTube channel. So, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't have to see you. I mean...
Oh, I see what you're saying right there. Oh, wait, maybe this is the problem.
Hi!
Because I didn't have the stupid thing on, but I didn't know that... Hi! I'm backwards, though. Hi. I don't know. It's weird. It's backwards.
Are you backwards?
Well, it looks...
Tarabuster still reads left to right.
Oh,
for
okay.
Me,
so then it's just backwards the way I'm looking at it. Because I look different, because I got.
And Boudica's such a sweet
great?
Little darling.
I love her. She's
what
so
a
good.
Baby.
And she sleeps on her face sometimes. I don't know if she wasn't doing. Oh, look, she's covering her little face. Let me.
Yes, she's camera shy.
Hold on. Where is my? I gotta
turn
on
this. My studio is such a mess. Behind me is Roxanne's Home for Wayward Hardware, and I would love to be able to have sweet little Lucy Purr Morning Paw in here, but there's another kitty. But I see her. Yeah, I don't see her on your phone, but I see her on the camera here. Who's behind you?
This is Tara Jr.
Oh, is that Tara Jr. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There was a. I didn't even notice until I saw this little white paw come out from behind your head.
Look at him. He's like the grumpy old man of the crew, so.
Oh.
Yeah. And this is our little muffin
Boudica.
Troublemaker.
Yeah.
Look at her face.
She so owns her name.
Yes. She's a destructo. Hi, Booty. She's
awake. Boudica.
She's awake.
Well, what a sweet baby.
She's awake, Boudica. Everybody run.
Wake up and groom. Wake up and groom. Yes.
She's so good.
Yeah, little Lucy is a tortie, and she's just adorable.
Aw, yeah, that'd be great. You could have your
but there is no way I would spend the entire program going. Don't go there. Leave that alone.
Yeah. Well, you got to get rid of that stuff. You know what I mean? Declutter. Declutter the life.
I was talking earlier. You remember the horn inn from several years ago. I was thinking about putting up a fundraiser to try to get some, like a video mixer and some video equipment.
Oh, cool.
And
good idea.
Maybe some new studio stuff, and then do some value added, so that we could do a horn-in maybe next summer or early next fall.
That'd be nice.
Assuming I'm still here.
Oh, in West Virginia, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
Not on Earth.
Yeah, no, I mean in West Virginia.
I haven't, I can't imagine. We need each other. My God.
Yeah.
My God. I mean, I'm more religious than these people. Oh my God. Every time it's just like, what is happening?
I mean, I don't have to eat any magic baked goods to be able to recognize the fundamental truths of, every faith system, which is, generally speaking, don't treat each other like shit.
Yeah, be a good person. Be decent. Just be,
Yeah.
Don't be a dick.
I can, as from an ecumenical standpoint, I don't have to, I don't have to eat the whole elephant, so to speak. Sorry, I know, but I don't have to go in for Onan and Lot's trashy daughters. I don't have to do that.
Yep.
Yeah. What was it? I think the Rabbi Hillel, who lived about 200 years before Yeshua, the brown-skinned Palestinian day laborer and semi-literate itinerant rabbi who wore a dress every day of their life, lived, said, they said, what is the greatest commandment? And I think the way the story goes is Hillel said, don't do things to other people that you would hate to have done to yourself. The rest is commentary.
Yes. Right.
Yeah, the rest is commentary.
Yeah, just
but it's been wonderful. I love every one of these evenings, Tara.
Me too.
I enjoy our conversation so much.
Thank you.
And I have to thank you. You've done so much to make me much more comfortable dealing with the camera.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
I was terrified of it.
I know.
Wait a minute, terrified.
Yeah.
That could be a show name.
I know.
Terrified.
Yeah.
But in my before time, I was so dysphoric. I was absolutely convinced that I was just disgusting.
Right.
And now
I'm glad.
I'm
glad.
happy.
Because every time, you just, whatever that negative voice is, you say, fuck off, right? I mean, I talk about myself, too, because I get Republicans come on, they're like, oh, you fucking ugly old dyke, And I'm like, oh, well, I guess that's a compliment coming from a maggot. So, thanks. Because it's really true when maggots are upset, and that's all you're doing it correctly when maggots are attacking you.
And it's so fun just to burn them back and treat them like the little maggoty trolls that they are.
And that is really the best way to disarm them too, because if a maggot is complimenting you, that means
you're doing it wrong.
Right. If they're upset and saying negative things, then you have you've triggered
nailed
them.
it.
Yeah, for real. So anyway, and then what can they say after
have a good evening, dear.
All right, my love. Yeah. I'll talk to you
Love you.
later. All right, bye-bye.
Absolutely.
See you soon.
Bye now.
Bye, guys.
Wait, you...
Oh, I just hung up on her, and she wasn't even done talking. All right, listen, guys. It's nice. What do you think? Sorry about that. Jeez Louise. I feel bad. She was just about to say something, and then I hung up. I hung up on the goddamn fucking Skype. All right, guys. I hope that was not too irritating with the technical problems, the mic problems, the this problems, the that problems, the this, the that, the ding, ga, ling, wa, wing, bang, wing. I mean, we got Boudica at least to calm down, bring us down and to have the emotional support. Remember, at least that's in the world, right? There's good, there's bad, and we try to make it better. Right. All right, guys, thank you. And thank you for your super chat, Jim, I think, from the last show. And I hope, and Ed, of course, and everyone else, and Haiku for being a moderator, and Jim for being a moderator, and all the everyone else for being patrons. Kathy and Pookie's, Mommy and Roger, and Ed and Twisted Nerves Painting, and Putin's Puppy. Nice to see you all here in the chat room. Paradu, and Stephanie, and WR, and everyone else who I hope I didn't miss. And Anthony, I know you're listening, even though you're not in the chat. And everyone else who I know is listening and not in the chat. All right, my friends, we will have a show on Friday. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe so you'll be notified when the show starts. So it's nice to be, it's 8:30 almost, and I can just go relax. You know what I was doing? You know what I've been doing? I have to tell you. It's not, I don't know. I haven't been able to deal with a lot of shit that's going on. I mean, I do. I'm watching because I got to do, for the show, reading, watching, seeing, keeping track. But I have been hate watching a lot of videos about Harry and Meghan. And River. Nice to see you, River. Be careful driving. We've talked about that before. Harry and Meghan. I feel bad, but they fucked up. I wish I was, please. I wish I was a goddamn royal. Right? I wouldn't have a political talk show. I wouldn't have to say, please become a patron. But I've also been watching. I just think that there's a lot of videos out there. Because once you watch one, then the others are recommended. And there's a lot of videos just really ripping them apart. I kind of feel bad. I feel bad for Harry, but they kind of asked for it. And I'm kind of irritated by it because they had such an opportunity to really do something for the world and, the royal family, whether that's a whole other story, whether they should exist, right? Whether they should be, it's like, England's pets being kept, right, as pets, but a family of pets that England all pays for and cares for. Just like my pets, you want only the best for them. Give them castles if you could, right? And there's this, it's just annoying, like this mixed race woman who says she wants to, change the royal family's so goddamn racist. Well, wouldn't it be nice for young people who are not white to see a goddamn princess who's maybe not white herself? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. That's my problem with them. And then they all ran to America. Get the fuck out of here. And I actually feel bad for their kids. Because I know if I were one of their kids and I started growing up in America, and then I'd be like, wait a minute, what? That's my cousin? He's going to be the king of England? And I'm here in, I'm in L.A. trying to get my headshot in front of some goddamn casting agent? And I could have had a life of, just doing good causes? Flying, or who doesn't want that stupid life? I would love to do that. Never think about Trumpanzees and go and do good works for animals or something. I don't know, whatever. Okay, that's what I've been watching, and that's why I'm just explaining it to you all. It does have a higher social meaning for me. And yes, Joe and Mika on Morning Joe, what a disgrace. What an absolute disgrace. And in fact, I did watch the show the next day after, because I see you guys writing saying I can't watch it and all that. But I haven't watched it since, because the next day, sometimes I'll tune in briefly to see what they're talking about. But it reminded me of it's sort of like in Russia when when the Soviet state was collapsing, and then the reports of Russian people turning on the television and nothing but ballet was being played. And that's what it reminded me of. So they were all talking about the latest, some film coming out, and an actor on Broadway, and AI. Somebody did something with AI. It was all this nonsense that doesn't actually matter. When the con man, the fascist, the rapist, the bankrupt, serial bankrupt felon, the tax cheat, the con man who sent a mob to defecate and urinate in the halls of the Capitol, who tried to stop the peaceful transfer of power. You know, the guy whose own chief of staff calls him a fascist to the core, who says he has a fundamental disdain for American values. That guy is running rampant on our system that so many fought, bled, and died to entrust to us. So, you know, it's really concerning, because that's how why can't I talk? That's how democracy dies. Democracy dies while we're fiddling and having a conversation with some Broadway actor who, I don't know, is having a fundraiser for somebody who can't afford health care, right? All right, my friends. Thank you so much. Yes, and Reagan. That's right. River says he can't get through a show without saying Reagan. Exactly. As if Reagan was some kind of messiah. There's only two messiahs in the Republican worldview. One was Jesus, and the other was and is Traitor Trump. There were only two perfect people in the world. Oh, and just one last thing. I don't know if you saw. Maybe I'll find the clips for the Friday show. It was vomit-inducing. How the right wingers on I was going to say Netflix. Probably because I'm thinking of Harry and Meghan. What was that? Newsmax. The right wingers on Newsmax have been really, they've been orgasmic over Trader Trump's clown show. All of the cabinet picks. One woman was going on about how it's like Christmas morning every morning. I wake up every day and I see the dream team. Who's next? Who else is he nominating for the dream team? Dream team? Wake me up, honey, when it's over. Wake me up. God damn it, pinch me. All right. My friends. Oh. Uh-oh. I thought Boudica had her face in the pillow. That's why she sleeps. She's so adorable. She sleeps with her face flat in the pillow sometimes. It's very cute. But she's just covering up her eyes. Her beautiful eyes. All right, guys. So, like and share. Become a patron if you can. Patreon.com/TaraDevlin. Share the show. Like the show. Tell your friends. Hang out with us. Boo, boo, boo. Dee-dee-da. Thank you, Charlie, from APS Radio News, for keeping the show going and growing, and all your support for the show and the community cats. That matters. That matters, too. Sometimes it matters more, I gotta say. I wish. If we didn't have to live in fascism, that's the show we would be doing. About the community cats and animal rescue. Okay, my friends. I don't even know. This is the part where it's like, you hang up. No, you hang up. All right, guys. My name is Tara Devlin. Thank you for hanging out, as usual. All of that. And we will win. We will. One day. Because we're on the right side of history. We're on the right side of decency, dignity, democracy, humanity. We stick together. We win. My name is Tara Devlin. Thank you for hanging out. And thank Robyn Kincaid from Head-On Radio. Headon.live. And we'll do it again. That's what we've been threatening it for a long time. that we were going to do simulcasts, and I like it. Like, because when I have a technical problem, I could just say, I'll be right back, and Robyn will entertain you in the meantime. All right. I'll see you on Friday night, okay? 8:30ish Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you soon. Be safe. Careful driving, River. Pay attention to the road. We need everybody safe. I'll see you guys very soon. Friday. See you soon. Look at Buddha. She's waking up. Oh, there she goes. She's so cute. Back to sleep. She went. All right. Bye.